Watch KSTV weeknights at 7:30 and 11 Eastern, and anytime with Inside On Demand on Channel 103.
The Louisville player, you just can't do it.
Woodson has a man wide open. It's caught. Steve Johnson. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Well, welcome back to Kentucky Sports Television. That, of course, one of the most famous plays in UK football history. Stevie getting loose for 57-yard touchdown, final minute to beat Louisville in 2007. We're now happy to be joined via Skype from Buffalo by Bills wide receiver Steve Johnson. Steve, thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you've seen that play a million times since it happened. Does it ever get old?
Nah. I mean, it don't get old because it's one of those plays that uplifted the city, you know. So, you know, something positive like that, it definitely don't get old. It kind of lingers around and you know, makes people feel good. It made me feel good. You know, I guess it was like a big play in the beginning of the season to get us going to that bowl run.
You know, we talked with Andre Woodson about it a couple of times too. Who deserves more credit? I think he tries to take credit for that. I mean, that was on you, right? You found the seam.
I didn't do nothing. All I did was ran straight and caught the ball. Man. He really had the look off the safety, look at Jake. It was to keep it real. Jacob Tammy played a big part in that. You know, him being who he was, and once he ran up the seam, everybody jumped him. They didn't know who I was, so Dre looked at him and then tossed it out to the sideline, and you know that play ended up happening. You know, it was special.
You know, this season's kind of similar that Louisville's ranked, they're 25th. Kentucky enters the season looking with a young group looking to take a step forward. The preparation for that first game of the season, what's that like? What do you remember getting ready for that game when you were at UK?
Well, actually, like that game was the third. I believe it was the third game of the season, which was pretty cool for us because it kind of let us see we know we're going to play against the Cardinals, and you know they was winning. They won their first two. You know, we got our first game, won. We played our second game, we won. So it was like, okay, we didn't got those games out the way. Now this is the big, you know, Louisville-Kentucky matchup. And I think that helped us out a lot instead of it being like, you know, week one. And you know, that the preparation was, you know, they say you hear all the time, if you don't beat Louisville, the season's wasted. I don't believe it. I don't believe in that. I think it's just a method to, you know, to get people extra motivated for that game. But, you know, we took it and ran with it. You know, we have to beat these guys. They blasted us the year before when we played them week one, and we got to get some payback.
We mentioned that 2007 season was such a big year. We took some questions from Twitter. Our Justice asked us, he wants to know, that season you had 5 losses, and 4 of them were really close to ranked teams, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina. If you could get one more crack, you get the guys back together, play one more of those games, which of those schools would you like to have another shot at?
Tennessee. Well, I want to say Tennessee,
yeah.
because how it was like what, triple overtime or something like that. But to be honest with you, I would say that Florida game. You know, the Florida game was on what was it, the college net, what it is when
the
game
day? Game day?
Oh, game day.
It is on college game day. You know, it was I believe it was after the LSU game. You know, everybody came out to Kentucky for that game, and we ended up losing by I think 14 or 7 points. But if we could get that one back, I think we would have coasted through South Carolina and Georgia, and you know, who knows what would have happened in Tennessee. You know, maybe we would have pulled that out in overtime.
You know, Joker Phillips, of course, is now the head coach. When you were there, he's an assistant. Some people say he's on the hot seat this season. What's he like as a coach? You've worked with him positionally as offensive coordinator. Talk about Joker as a coach.
Yeah, Joker as a coach, he's a tough guy. You know, he expects his guys to be very good and very fast. You know, so it kind of comes off as, you know, he has no patience for us. You know, but he loves his guy. He believes in us, and he expects us to be good. You know, and that's one thing that you need out of a coach for them to push you. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care about status. If this person here and this person down here, he's still going to treat you the same. You know what I mean? I think that's great for a great quality for a coach. And you know, hopefully things can turn around so he can stay there and finish what he started. You know, he's trying to get bowl games, get great recruits. And I think he's the guy to do it. You know, they said the same thing with Coach Brooks when we were there, that he was on the hot seat or whatnot. We didn't, as players, we didn't really pay attention to it. We just know we had a good coach, and I think the guys there feel the same about Coach Phillips, and maybe they'll go harder for him and keep him there.
You know, you talk about being on an even playing field. But when you left Kentucky, you were a late-round pick of the Bills. You've had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, new contract. I'm sure you had confidence in yourself as a player, but did you expect to have this much success this quickly?
No, I mean, I don't really look into things like that as far as, you know, how I'm going to do, what kind of stats I'm going to have, touchdowns or whatnot. I just go out there and I try to, you know what I'm saying, put on for people in my life, you know, and whatever happens, you know. I don't set like 1,000-yard marks or nothing. I just try to go in every game and make the most of it and ball out for, first of all, for my team, my teammates, the team, this city, my family, and of course my college that I've been to, because I represent you guys also. So you know, I never really thought about, you know, how the whole success right now is just game by game. You know, once I get out there, put the uniform on, it's time to grind. It's time to grind and handle bids.
We had a lot of people on Twitter ask us about fantasy football, of course. They want to know how your groin's doing. If you're ready for the season, you're in good shape.
Yeah, I'll be ready for the season. You know, they asked me if my groin was you know, was tight or bothering me, and you know, I didn't want to lie to them. You know, I feel it obviously. I just came off of surgery, but I'll definitely be ready for the season. There's nothing that's gonna hold me back. I done played through it all last year, so it's nothing that's gonna hold me back. It's good.
What are your expectations? You know, the Bills, you guys got some new players in there. You're kind of on the rise, I guess. Not even kind of. You're on the rise. What are your goals for this season in a tough division?
Have a winning season, first of all. We want to turn these seasons around, man. We've been playing well with each other. We haven't been able to pull out games, but you know, I think we got the players now and the depth to go a long way in this season. So I can't really call it what's going to happen, but I know with our defense is going to help our offense out a whole lot this year. So I'm just looking forward to, you know, watching them guys and then getting motivated and getting on the field and putting up points.
The Hard Knocks HBO is on the Dolphins this season. Do NFL players watch Hard Knocks?
Yeah, we watch it. Me personally, I don't ever watch the Hard Knocks until like after the season when they have it on like NFL Network or something, or wherever we having it. But you know, I hear about it and stuff from the guys in the locker room. But for the most part, I don't really be watching TV. I'll be on the kids' networks and all that.
Yeah. If they did Hard Knocks on the Bills, what would people learn about you that maybe is interesting that they don't know?
I don't know. People think I guess just have fun all the time. You know what I'm saying? If they was to see, if they had the Hard Knocks here or whatnot, they'll see that you know what I'm saying, the work. You know what I'm saying, the work that I put in. If we're just speaking on me individually, I don't really like talking about myself, but just answer the question. Like, they see like it's really work. I don't really have fun. You know what I'm saying, 100% of the time. Like my whole motto thing is handle biz and have fun. Most people just hear the have fun part. You know, they don't really listen to the, you know what I'm saying, the grind, waking up in the morning, getting in the film room, writing down notes and all that, and then going to the field and being focused. There's really no games on the field. You know what I mean? That's only after you score touchdowns, not in practice and all that stuff.
Does that frustrate you? Because it's a cool story. You came from Kentucky, not a football powerhouse, late-round pick. You've had all these stats, but it's the celebrations and stuff on field that get the most attention and on ESPN. Does that frustrate you, or is that just part of you know, what goes into being Steve Johnson and being a football player?
To be honest, it don't frustrate me at all, man, because that's like saying I wake up in the morning and I make my bed a certain way, and then somebody come in and they start talking about how I make my bed. I can't get mad at that. Really, I'm the one that did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that got on the field and did the celebration. So why would I get mad at them? talking about celebrations. I mean, I did it, so I mean, that's my responsibility, man. I can't get mad at it.
One last question from Twitter. Seth Kushner want to know: are you still rapping? You still doing that on the side?
Yeah, I always doing. That's just like a female with a journal or a diary or something, man. That's how I treat the whole rapping thing. Sometimes it's fun, you know. I get music out there, but most of the time I'm just writing to, you know, clear my mind. I guess if I got a lot of stuff in my mind, I'll probably go down to my basement and just listen to a beat and start writing, just to, you know what I'm saying, clear my mind. But the rapping thing is like a hobby.
All right, Steve, thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck this season. Things are going to go really well for you guys, I'm sure, and look forward to talking to you down the road.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to that too. I got to put in some work so we can do this again.
Absolutely, for sure. Thanks, Steve.
All right, see you.